Welcome back. It is Saturday, December 2nd in the NBA. My four favorite picks are on the way. It's Austin from Calling Our Shot. Let's recap yesterday, although, I wish I could just speed past it. It was an 0-4 day. A terrible day. We're going to have some bad days in here, and we've had some bad days this season. Obviously, we keep track of our record. We have a lot more good days than bad days, but yesterday, anything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. I mean, let's talk about it. Jason Tatum's over in rebounds plus assists. He gets ejected. I think he had 11 ending the third quarter. Probably would have cashed, but he got ejected at the end of the third. Great. Jaren Jackson Jr., yeah, I won't be betting on his props for a while. He had more fouls than points. Thanks. I don't know what the hell he was doing. RJ Barrett felt like was the right read, but he went like 6 for 18 from the field. His line did drop a bunch after the video dropped because of some injury news and stuff like that. But either way, he did not come through. And then it added a play, Franz Wagner, who is apparently the greatest player of all time, but we'll be going under today. But I will not be taking his under. He just absolutely went berserk on us. Now, obviously, whatever it is, what it is. I hate losing money with you guys, but it's going to happen. We're going to lose some money here and there, but I'm confident in the long run, and that's been shown the past few seasons. You tail all the picks, you'll make some money. But let's dive into the picks today. I'm unsure if day 2 of the ladder challenge will be today. I'll try to cook up something, but we'll see. Obviously, the confidence a little bit rattled after a terrible day yesterday, but I'm still confident that, in the long run, we're going to be pretty good. And I like this slate today. We got 4 picks today. We're going to dive into those in one moment. Now, one of my picks will be in this Clippers and Warriors game, which they have a great offer on DraftKings for you to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 on this game. Super, super cool promo they're doing. It's on DraftKings. If you are new to DraftKings, definitely sign up using the link down below in the description. Helps support the channel. But either way, I'll talk about this Clippers Warriors game because my first pick is going to be in this game. We're going to start with the guy that made us some money in this last matchup, and it's Stephen Curry. We're talking about his over 10.5 rebounds plus assists minus 120 on DraftKings itself. So I really like this play on DraftKings. They had the best odds. Now, personally, I'd play this about minus 140. I don't love taking bumps at 11.5. That's a pretty big increase, but I do think that Steph could get you 11.5. However, if it does go up to 11.5, I'd probably just pivot to taking his over 5.5 assists. But either way, I'm really confident Steph stuffs the stat sheet tonight. That was a tongue twister, if you will. But let's talk about last game when they played the Clippers on Thursday. Steph, 7 rebounds on 13 potential rebounds, second most on the team, and 8 assists, 16 potential, the most on the team. Now, why were this up? Well, because Chris Paul is out now. Now, obviously, Chris Paul's been kind of leading this team in terms of facilitating for them. Obviously, Draymond Green does his part, but at the end of the day, they don't really have any point guards out there besides Stephen Curry. Now, Draymond, he's the guy that we know he's going to go out there and really try to facilitate, get his teammates the ball, but at the end of the day, the guy that can kind of dribble around guys is going to be Steph Curry, and that's the guy they need to facilitate this offense, hence why he had 16 potential assists last game. And when you look at Curry on the season, you might look at his averages, obviously averaging a ton of points, but in terms of rebounding and assists, only 5.1 rebounds per game and 4.3 assists per game. That's a total of only 9.4. We need 11 today. However, so we know CP3 was averaging 15.4 potential assists. Curry was only at 8.1, and we just saw it in that game. Curry doubled his potential assists, basically got into Chris Paul's role. And last year, we saw Steph average 6.1 rebounds per game and 6.3 assists per game. Obviously, Chris Paul was not on the team then. Jordan Poole obviously was on their team too. But outside of that, they really just don't have a lot of playmakers here. We know the guys in the lineup. I mean, that's 12.4 rebounds plus assists last year. We know the guys in the lineup. Think about guys like Klay Thompson. Think about maybe Andrew Wiggins if he plays tonight. Draymond Green, Kevon Looney. That's the starting lineup. None of those guys really are going to go one-on-one against anyone. So they kind of need the ball to be set up for them and then to maybe take 1 or 2 dribbles, knock down a shot. So I really like Steph Curry in this game without CP3, without Gary Payton too. I think this is a great spot. And I also like his rebounds too. I like the assists the most out of an individual kind of standpoint, but the rebounds are going to be there too because think about who they're facing, the Clippers. He's not guarding Kawhi Leonard. He's not guarding Paul George. He's not guarding James Harden. Those are the 3 guys that basically shoot every single shot for the Clippers. He's probably guarding Terrence Mann, who honestly, if he gets a shot, he's lucky. He's praying that the ball comes to him. But that's the guy that kind of sits in the corner. So Steph can kind of sag off, get some weak side rebounds. And that's what I really like here. So I like Steph Curry in this game, over 10.5 rebounds plus assists, the earliest start to the NBA window. But I really think Steph has a good chance to get us. He could get honestly 10 assists tonight. That wouldn't surprise me. But he's also been rebounding the ball pretty well. His last road game had 10 rebounds and I think 6 assists against the Kings. Now let's move on. A reminder: you can sign up for DraftKings at $150 in bonus bets, and heck, you can bet on that one if you want to and get those bonus bets on DraftKings. Details down below. My second pick is going to be a guy that has wrecked us before. I'm wearing purple in his honor. Not really, but it is for his team that wears purple. It's Domantas Sabonis, the Sacramento Kings, over 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists, plus 100 points. But now, if you need an individual leg, you're like, Austin, I can't do PRAs. I would take his over in points. However, we know with a guy like Sabonis, sometimes his points line is sharp. And we also know with Sabonis, he could go out there and grab like 15 rebounds, get 10 assists, and make it a no sweat bet for the PRAs. Whereas, and we know we can honestly go out there and score 25 points too. He's certainly capable of that. Now, on the season, Sabonis, you look at his numbers, he's averaging 18.7 points per game, 11.6 rebounds per game, and 6.9 assists per game. Good for 37.2. So right at this line, he is over this line in 10 of 17. He is coming off 3 terrible performances, a couple due to bad matchups and a couple due to poor performance. Kind of some of them combined in there too. I really like this as a great bounce back spot for him at home, taking on the Nuggets. Now, the Nuggets are coming off a back-to-back. They will have played last night. I don't really know if Nikola Jokic plays tonight. I would lean towards yes, but I can't guarantee you who plays any given night in the NBA. It's the NBA. We never know. But I imagine Jamal Murray's out there tonight, and I imagine they probably keep Jokic in there too. Jokic typically does not rest a ton, and he's not really banged up, so I anticipate him playing tonight. But we've seen in 3 games versus Jokic, as a member of the Sacramento Kings, Sabonis has played really well. 52, 37, and 46 points, rebounds, and assists. He's attempted 23, 14, and 18 field goal attempts. The 2 games he absolutely soared over the line were both at home. He scored 30 points in those games. And this is just a great matchup against Jokic. I love him, but Jokic doesn't play much defense. And he's definitely not playing defense on a back-to-back or in a game that doesn't really mean a ton in terms of, where they are. I mean, in the playoffs, Jokic will obviously step up. He'll play a little bit better defensively. But we just saw we took Alperen Sengun against this Nuggets team. He was getting wide open layups left and right. And there's going to be a lot of pocket passes where Fox can just dish it to Sabonis. He should have an easy lay-in. I know Sabonis can be a guy that doesn't want to go out there and shoot, but this is a matchup that he needs to go out there and play. And obviously there's a little bit of pride being, 2, foreign big men that obviously want to be the best in their position. Jokic obviously is the top of the top. He's the cream of the crop, if you will. But Sabonis wants to get up there someday. So I expect there to be a little bit of pride on the line here for Sabonis to want to play well versus Jokic. And he has played well versus Jokic in the last 3 matchups. One of those games he didn't score a lot of points and still got it done. So I really like this one. If you look at the last 3 centers that have kind of faced this, you just look at centers that have faced the Nuggets. They play well. That's just how it goes. So I really like him to go out there and have a good day, fill in the stat sheet. Give me his over 36.5 PRAs. Now, my third play is going to be a guy that we love on the channel. He's a COS Hall of Famer for a reason. He respects our money. It's Tyrese Haliburton, over 38.5 points plus assists, minus 106 on FanDuel. I'd play this at 39.5 personally. I don't really love his PRA line because Haliburton sometimes runs away from rebounds, it feels like, but I like his over in points. I honestly like his over in assists too tonight. Now, normally I'm one to avoid Haliburton at such a high line. I mean, I remember the good old days last year when we were getting this at like 27.5, 28.5, 30.5, and I thought that was high. We're at 38.5 for the Hallie wagon, and I'll roll with him because he has been on a heater. And Haliburton and the Pacers are back on the road in Miami to face the Heat. And in their last matchup, Haliburton said, screw the assist, I'll hit the over, and it's just points alone. He had 44 points on 15 of 28 field goal attempts, 10 assists to 19 potential assists. Yeah, the guy's been ridiculous. I mean, he's been literally unreal. And honestly, he could be, borderline the crazy take, not even a crazy take. He is kind of in the MVP conversation based on how good the Pacers have been, but also just how good he's been as, the anchor for this team. And while I don't think he gets 28 field goal attempts tonight, this is still a decent matchup for him. The Heat are going to be down Bam Adebayo. They're anchored defensively. They don't have a ton of rim protection down there. So I do not mind Haliburton to go out there and get the assist. He had 19 potential assists. We could see him have a big assist game. We know Haliburton capable of those 15 assist type games, but the points are going to be there too. On the road, I don't expect his teammates to all show up, and Haliburton's been out there shooting the ball a ton, been much more aggressive than we've seen from him in years past. I mean, you look at the last 9 games, Haliburton averaging 30.2 points per game and 11.8 assists per game. He's attempting 19 shots a game, playing 35 minutes per game too. He's over this line in 7 of the last 9. And the games he went under, one was a blowout against the Magic where they got smoked. And the other game he shot 9 for 23. Look, in a game that they are underdogs, we could see maybe Haliburton get off to a slow start, but if they're down at halftime, he's just like any other now star player, superstar, that they go out there and they're like, fine, we're down. I got to push the pace, do my thing, shoot my shot. And this is just a good matchup for him where I just don't think the Heat have the, they've been good against guards, but he just cooked them once. I know they'll probably switch up defensively, but they won that game too. I think they're fine if that's the case. I really think Haliburton is in for another big day. His last 3 road games, 42, 48, and 54 points plus assists. I think Haliburton keeps his hot streak going. I think it was the player of the month in November. I don't really know if they've announced that yet, but he's been so good. I'll roll with the Hallie wagon. Give me his over 38.5 points plus assists. I like it at 39.5 too. Now, Fourth and final play of the day, although there is a chance we add a play or we do a ladder challenge today or we do both. So stay tuned to the pinned comment section down below. It is going to be a guy that is trying to become a COS Hall of Famer. Probably a little bit biased here. It's Alperen Sengun, over 25.5 points plus assists, minus 113 on FanDuel. Personally, playable if you at 26.5. If you want to take an individual line, I like his points the most. Now, Sengun, he's been too good to go away from him. I mean, we've taken the same exact prop with him the last 2 or 3 games. He's cashed, and we're just going to go back to the well with Sengun. And what is not the best matchup versus the Lakers, but I think it's still a matchup we know he can get it done. Sengun's last 9 games, he's averaged 23.1 points per game, 4.8 assists per game. That's good for 27.9 points plus assists. I have all the numbers he's done. It's been close in some games, but going over this line in 8 of 9 games, including a 28 points plus assist performance versus the Lakers, who he once again sees tonight. Now, the best part about Sengun is he's been really aggressive. 17.2 field goal attempts per game, 5.1 free throw attempts too. He did not get a single free throw attempt in their last game and was on a little bit of a minutes limit on a back-to-back, but he still got the job done. This is just a good matchup against Anthony Davis. I think he has to be out there to match the size, and I don't trust AD to be all there defensively every single night. Obviously, AD's a great defender, but it's not like Sengun's really going one-on-one on guys. He's mostly setting a lot of screens. AD's kind of having to cover the guy screening, and we're seeing Sengun get a full head of steam going up against a guy like AD off balance, and Sengun's been able to do it against the best of them. He's already done it against the Lakers before. We've seen centers actually play pretty well against the Lakers. The last 6 centers this season, 15 plus field goal attempts, which Sengun's had 15 plus in 8 of the last 9 games. Those guys, we saw Jokic have 40 points plus assists, Adebayo 32, JJJ, who sucks, only 10, Sabonis 36, Sengun himself 28, and then Embiid 41. We saw not only Jokic, but also Adebayo and Embiid get a triple-double against the Los Angeles Lakers. So, look, Sengun, we know he's talented enough to get a triple-double, go out there and get 15 points, 10, 11 assists. He could do that. He has the assist chances to get that done, but I just think this is a matchup. They need him out there for size, and we've seen Sengun before. He's dominated. I'm going to keep rolling with him. Look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And hopefully Sengun cashes once again for us, and if he stays at 25.5, we'll take it again, regardless of who he's playing against. He's just been super good, shooting the ball a lot, and this is a guy that shoots a lot of his shots real close in the paint. I really like Alperen Sengun. Once again, over 25.5 points plus assists. Those are my 4 favorite picks of the day. A reminder, there are going to be some NFL videos live on the channel today, so definitely stay tuned for those. We are in an 11-2 run in the NFL. We also have our parlays video for Sunday in the NFL. That video, when it is live, will be linked on the screen. If I do end up doing the ladder challenge, it'll be linked on the screen too with the YouTube short. And if there are any added plays, always check the pinned comment. There is one I have my eye on today, but it's not available on almost every single book, so we will wait until it is posted. But check the pinned comment for any added plays. You guys have a wonderful Saturday. Let's have a great bounce back day after yesterday's just absolute disaster class. We're having a good day today. I promise. We'll try our best to get a good day. But enjoy your Saturday. I'll see you guys in the next one. Go check out the other videos on the screen. It's Austin. I'm signing out. See you in the next one. Peace.